Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart finally brings my favourite franchise to the PC. And of course it's going to be great to see this game on the beefiest PC money can buy. But that's not what we're here for. No, handheld gamers like myself want to know how this game runs on Steam Deck. Now, the last PlayStation PC port was rough. The Last of Us Part 1 struggled to run on most PCs and was unplayable on the deck. That game at the time wasn't deck verified and it was ported by Iron Galaxy and Naughty Dog. But Rift Apart was handled by Nixxes, the team that previously ported Spider-Man PS4 and Miles Morales to PC, both of which handled great on the deck, so I had high hopes for Rift Apart. It's deck verified at launch, so how does it play? I'm glad to report that after testing out for a couple of hours, it runs extremely well on the deck. I played at 720p medium settings with FSR on using dynamic scaling to hold 30 FPS. And right off the bat, I was blown away by how the game looked and handled. On medium settings, I didn't feel like much was lost from the chaotic effects and overall density of the game. The more hectic scenes like the nightclub or the chase sequence after it impressed me with the density and how smooth it ran. And it only got more impressive as the combat ramped up. I was honestly expecting massive frame drops in these encounters. And yes, the game can dip below 30 FPS, but the majority of the time it felt smooth. The dynamic resolution kicked in from time to time, causing some blurriness, especially when using the pixelizer, but it's a worthwhile trade-off in my eyes. At higher graphic settings though, the dynamic scaling was a massive issue, and it's a bit of an exaggeration, but Ratchet looked like a smudge on the screen. So sticking to medium settings was a good middle ground, and while playing this game at a lower resolution, it highlighted the strength of the art style in Rift Apart. Even when everything was turned down a notch, the game still popped off the screen. There are two noticeable but understandable downgrades when playing on the deck. The artifacting around the fur can be distracting at times, but I think that's mostly because I know what it can look like when played on a PS5. And then the biggest difference comes with the rifts. The rifts during combat encounters are fine, but one of the cinematic highlights of this game are the boss fights and cutscenes that showcase rift travel. And on the deck there's an awkward pause where the game is clearly loading what's on the other side of the rift. Now, as I said, it's understandable, but it hinders the showcased feature of Rift Apart, even if I think the rifts were mostly overblown. As an out-of-box experience, Rift Apart on the deck is amazing. I know there are probably tweaks I can make to get the game looking better, or maybe even push it to a solid 40 FPS, but I was pleased with how the game runs, and Nixxes continues to make great ports of already great games, which is a win for everyone. At the end of the day, the more people that get to play these games, the better. I've always been a handheld gamer, and I was so happy when Ratchet & Clank Size Matters released on the PSP. I know we could sit down and play the latest Ratchet & Clank game in handheld mode, and I couldn't be happier. Thanks for watching. I'll leave you with some longer raw footage of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart on Steam Deck.
More goons incoming. Let's take out that dropship and end this! A little rusty, but... Who cares?
Hi! You sure are one big Grunthor!
I hope you have enough ammo.
You're a stubborn Grunthor, too! What is this place?
A dimensional pocket? Perhaps a symptom of the Dimensionator's destruction.
Hey, it's Maynard, the Mortis helper bot! Must have wandered in through the rift somehow.
There is the Speetle.
No, no, don't hide! Ah!
Hit.
Yeah, hello there. Hup. Gotcha!
Oh, dear.
Maybe Maynard can lead me to the forts.
Now, if we could get away from this acid.
Come on, Maynard! Let's find the Morts! Excuse me!
Look out!
I got it! I got it!